changes would redesignate part of those lands that are not currently improved for the golf course, to redesignate those lands in the official community plan from recreation and open space, and the zoning from community and community recreation to residential in the OCP and residential limited in the zoning bylaw. And this is to accommodate the construction of a single unit dwelling. If these bylaw amendments are adopted by council, subsequent applications for subdivision, development variance permit to remove the requirement to connect to the sanitary sewer network, and development permit for steep slope and wildfire risk will be required as well. And that's it for the summary.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Troy. Maurice, do we have any written submissions?
We did not.
All right. So we'll start then with the first call for submissions. As mentioned, you'll be given 5 minutes for your presentation. We'll open it up for first time. Second call for submissions. And I will call a third and last time for submissions. All right, with no further submissions, the public hearing for proposed bylaw 2785 and bylaw number 2786 is now closed. Thanks, everybody. We'll continue now with the regular agenda. Formal, but very efficient. Okay, so first up, following that public hearing is the community plan, or is the official community plan amendment for 2785, which is the and the OCP amendment and the zoning amendment 2786. And the motion on the floor is that council provide third reading to bylaw 2785 and 2785. We have two of them here. We'll do 2785 first. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor McBain, thank you. And Councillor Roberts seconds. Any comments, council? Go ahead, Councillor Dunneback.
I just was reading through here. So this property, is it 1.8 hectares? How big is a chunk of land? I just thought I seen it in here somewhere.
Yeah, the preliminary survey sketch shows it as 1.87 hectares. So pretty much what you said there, yeah.
Okay, so then with adopting this, there will only ever to be able to be one house down there. We're not opening up something where they can develop condos all along the river there?
There is some flexibility within the, well, no, sorry, I'm wrong on that. Sorry. It's RL zoning, so it's residential limited. So it's only a single family dwelling as a principal use. And there is provision for one accessory unit.
One accessory
but that's
unit,
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for making it clear, Troy.
Thanks, Councillor Dunneback. Call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That motion is carried. And the second motion relating to this is the council provide third reading of bylaw 2786, which is the Kimberley zoning bylaw. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor McBain, thank you. And Councillor Roberts seconds. Further comments? Call the question. All those in favor? Motion is carried. Thank you, Troy. Next up, we have a bylaw for adoption, and that is the curbside recycling collection with the regulation and fees bylaw amendment. We've talked about this over the last couple of meetings, and tonight it is on the floor for adoption, and that is the motion that council adopt bylaw 2789, which is the solid waste regulations and fees bylaw. Councillor McBain moves. Councillor McGuire seconds. Further discussion on this? Go ahead, Councillor Roberts.
I'm just tickled pink that we can actually offer somebody something a little cheaper than we thought.
I guess that doesn't happen very often, does it? What comes down must go up. Stay tuned. Okay, further, call the question. All those in favor? That motion is carried. Next up, we have the 2025 Winter Games Legacy Grant allocations. And the motion on the floor is that council receive the allocation report dated June 9th from the Manager of Community Development and Communications for information, and further, that council approve the legacy grant application as presented in this report and authorize the distribution of the awarded funds to grant recipients. Mover, please. Councillor Roberts, thank you. And Councillor Fox seconds. Pam, did you want to make any comments?
No, nothing much different from previous years when we've allocated these funds. We put a call out for applicants in April. In May, our grant evaluation committee met, went through all the applications, and this is how we allocated the funds. So that's where we are.
All right, thanks for that, Pam. Council, any comments or questions? Call the question then. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Pardon me. Next up, we have the community engagement, housing needs, official community plan and zoning update. So that update would be on the community engagement. Right, Troy? Okay, cool.
That's correct, yeah.
The motion on the floor is that council receive the report dated June 9th from the senior planner entitled Community Engagement, Housing Needs Official Community Plan and Zoning Update. We receive it for information. Mover, please. Councillor Fox moves and Councillor McGuire seconds. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor McCormick. I'll be real quick here. It's a very brief update, but I just want to make sure that council and the community is aware of the ongoing opportunities for input into the official community plan and zoning bylaw housing focused updates. A lot of people have already noticed that the Engage Kimberley page has a dedicated page on there with some project updates and the opportunity to participate in the survey. As of the time of this writing, last week we had 132 responses to that survey, which is going very well. That'll be open until the end of the month. In addition, Justin, our senior planner, has been meeting with some various groups, housing stakeholders, gathering some input that way. And this week they'll be hosting 2 open house engagement events. One coming up on Wednesday, June 11th, and at Resker Hall in Marysville from 5 to 8. That's at 660 306th Street. And then a second one on Thursday, June 12th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Centennial Hall here in downtown Kimberley. And anyone that attends either of those will be automatically entered as long as they note their presence by formally entering, I guess, be entered into a raffle for a $50 gift certificate. So more than one reason to participate in those. Yeah, that's all we have for now, but just want to make sure that council and the community are aware of those opportunities, and hopefully we'll get some good turnout for the open house events.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Troy. I have to ask, councillors that attend are banned from entering the draw.
You are ineligible, yes.
Just thought I
you're
would
welcome
ask.
to attend, yeah.
Council, any questions on this one? All right. Call the question. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. All right, next up, we have the RCMP municipal policing contract, which is speaking specifically to the approval in principle. And the motion on the floor is that council direct the corporate officer to send the RCMP a letter of approval in principle establishing the contract strength for the Kimberley Municipal Police Unit at 8 full-time equivalent RCMP members for their 26-27 fiscal year, and that council direct administration and the RCMP NCO to manage member transfers and leaves such that the budgetary outcome of the 26-27 fiscal year is equivalent to 7 full-time equivalent RCMP members. Mover, please. Councillor McGuire, thank you. Councillor McBain seconds. Anybody you want to speak on this, Krista? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So each year, the RCMP requests an approval in principle from the city to communicate preliminary policing needs for the following year. So they use this information for planning purposes, which impact the recruitment and financial planning at the federal government level. So as stated in the report, we are proposing to maintain a service level of 8 members. Historically, the practice of the city has been to provide the letter of approval for 8 members, but request that they manage the local unit to the actual number of FTE members utilized as 7. And so as such, we budget to accommodate the 7 FTEs. And just, this doesn't necessarily commit the city, it's just allowing for them to budget for the
Right.
2026, 2027 fiscal
Awesome.
year.
Thank you. Council. So I'm not sure if you have this number, Krista, or can confirm this, but I believe that although we are at 8, we're managing to 7. Over the course of the year, there are leaves and absences and, you know, all kinds of reasons why members are absent and they're not backfilled. And I believe last year we averaged 5.8 FTEs. And if there's money left over, we put it in the reserve for a future, you know, kind of what if. So even though we have managed 7, the reality was last year we had 5.8 FTEs on an average basis throughout the course of the year. Any questions? Go ahead.
How could we possibly have leftover because those staff that are essentially off, they would be getting paid still, like sick leave and stuff like that?
If they're off, we don't pay for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just thought it was a flat rate and that was to be.
Yeah, because they're on
phased.
leave, it's not like they're on vacation. You know, vacations get paid for, but if they're on some kind of an extended sick leave, for example,
Okay,
their insurance cuts in to pay for that.
okay, awesome. Good to know they have something to cover.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, go ahead, Maurice.
So there's one thing though that has an impact is the overtime, because when we're short of on members, there's the members that are there, they're doing overtime. So sometimes there's a surplus, but it's definitely impacting the detachment. And this number of 7 is only for the municipal members. We also have provincial members that are paid by the province.
Yeah.
Okay, you sitting there then right now, or are we starting?
That's a question for
Yeah,
Krista.
what is sitting in the reserve?
So at the end of 2024, we had the approximately $350,000, but we paid the retro payment of $218,000 in the first quarter of this year. So we've got $167,000 approximately left in the reserve.
Excellent. Thank you, Kristen. All right, call the question. All those in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. All right, that rolls us right through the regular agenda. We'll do a quick roundtable of councillor updates on anything to do with councillor assignments. Why don't we start with you, Councillor Cairns? You had an update on the nature park.
Great,
Yeah, thanks
thank
for
you.
the detail on that. So if you could
Sure.
summarize for the public, that would be awesome.
You bet. Great. So I attended the Nature Park Society monthly board meeting on May the 29th, and there was a few items. So the society has updated the park management plan. It's ready for the city's review for approval, and the society is seeking a meeting to discuss. The society also is having a governance capacity building workshop this coming weekend. The improving of governance was identified as a priority in their 2024 strategic plans. So they've engaged an expert to help them with the goal of producing an improved governance manual, identifying areas to improve the bylaws and improve their board meeting procedures. They have an invasive species assessment and management plan that they're undertaking. They're waiting for the results of their grant applications at this point, and they're working in collaboration with the East Kootenay Invasive Species Council. And they are replacing 5 boardwalks in the park. So starting with one this year, this will be a multi-year project, and the first one is Horse Barn. No, it's actually the Cabin Boardwalk on Talus Trail and the boardwalk on Summer Trail. So that work's going to be done in July by volunteers. There is sign maintenance and trails assessments that are underway. There's been issues with signposts being broken. So volunteers have been out there re-erecting most of the signs and still have more to do. And they're undertaking an assessment of trails and working in collaboration with KTS. And then there's been a contribution of funds for for porta potties at the Nordic Center. So there's 5 stakeholder societies that have all contributed towards porta potties to be located in the Nordic Center parking lot. And they're hoping for next season for permanent toilets. And that's it. There was
Busy.
lots going on there. And I also just wanted to mention that June 21st is National Indigenous Peoples Day, and there is an event. There's actually events going on during that week, but the one that's closest is in Cranbrook at Rotary Park, where there's performers and cultural knowledge holders and all kinds of activities planned for the afternoon of June 18th in Rotary Park in Cranbrook.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thanks, Councillor Cairns. Councillor McBain.
Yeah, just quick. I attended the unveiling of the statue for military aims on Saturday. It was well attended. Mayor, you were there, and MLA McInnes was there, and several other speakers. And I thought it was, I thought it went really well. It was a really good event. Also, I just wanted to anecdotally thank staff and I guess particularly the roads and parks crew. I walk a lot, and there's just been a flurry of activity with staff all around town. Working on little spots in the roads here and there. Tons of increased activity at our parks with respect to just the maintenance, and it's just really good to see. So it's just like the town. I don't know, it's a very nice time of year in the spring, but it's like the town is just kind of like sparkling right now. So it's just really cool. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Nick and your team.
Yeah, great comment, Councillor McBain. My wife and I were out for a walk the other day too, and literally at kind of an intersection, there were 3 city vehicles all going in different directions. It was busy times. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. All right. I do have a question though, as it relates to that, Nick, and that is line painting. Kind of what's the plan for getting kind of road lines and whatnot back in for the year?
Yeah, thanks, Mayor McCormick. We are just in discussions with our long line contractor, so the guy that does all the long yellow lines and white fog lines. And we're hoping they'll be here next week is what it's looking like for that. And then I'm sure you've seen the city crews out there doing the crosswalks and the white stop bars and everything like that as well.
Yeah, it really puts a polish, kind of a spit shine on the town when those lines get updated.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah,
Brightens
cool.
things up.
Thank you for that.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead, Councillor Roberts.
just going to add to that, down where I live, they come across Black Bear Bridge, and then there's the cutoff to the Ogilvy Way there. That is really an accident waiting to happen right now because every line is gone and nobody knows where they're going. And so you could put that at the top of the list.
Next week. You don't get to make that choice, Councillor Roberts. Just a reminder, that's all. Okay, anything further, Council? We do have an in-camera item this evening, so I would ask for a motion to go in camera. Councillor Cairns, thank you. Councillor Fox seconds. All those in favor? Motion is carried. All right, we'll take 2 minutes and deal with that item. Thanks for being here, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks, Krista.